All right, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maria Dismondy, and I am the author of the book that we are going to be reading today. And my goodness gracious, I see so many faces. This is so much fun. I love seeing your faces at school today, Miss Luster's class, and I see our our Spanish translator, not American Sign Language. Let me go ahead and get our live transcript on. Okay, and I'm going to also pin Miss Gladys Appleton, who is our Spanish translator today. Hi, Miss Gladys.
Hi.
Good to see you today, tuning in from Texas, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Well, thank you for being here with us. We are going to read today Chocolate Milk, Por Favor, Celebrating Diversity with Empathy. And this will be a bilingual reading, which means I will read one set of pages and then Gladys will read one set of pages. Now, my document camera, for some reason, is not working. So we're going to just show you the pages here. Miss Gladys, are you ready to begin?
I'm ready. This is actually my favorite book because I just identify with the character so much.
Miss Gladys, were you Spanish speaking only in a certain case? Were you in an English classroom when you only spoke Spanish?
Yes, I was. Actually, my first language is Spanish, so I'm actually an English language learner. So when my parents came to the United States, they immigrated to the United States, I only spoke Spanish. So this is one of my favorite books because of that. I just identify so much with the character. I just love it.
Oh my goodness. I hope that people were kind and that their actions spoke louder than words.
Yes.
Chocolate Milk, Por Favor. Johnny was walking into school when he first met the new kid. What a baby, he thought, as the boy cried and held his mother's hand. She whispered something to him, words that sounded different to Johnny. Delicioso, the boy smacked his lips as his mother handed him a chocolate milk.
Johnny estaba entrando en la escuela cuando vio al niño nuevo por primera vez. Parece un bebé, pensó, mientras el niño lloraba y tomaba la mano de la madre. Ella le susurró algo, unas palabras que a Johnny le sonaron muy diferentes. Delicioso. Se relamió el niño cuando su madre le dio una leche chocolatada.
Fantastic. And I'm going to turn off the live transcript because it does not know Spanish. Let's welcome Gabe to our classroom family. He will not understand our words at first. Think about what you can do to help him, Johnny's teacher announced with a smile. Johnny didn't smile. He didn't like boys who cried. Okay, go ahead.
Vamos a darle la bienvenida a Gabe, a nuestra familia del aula. Al principio no va a entender lo que decimos. Piensen en cómo pueden ayudarle, anunció la maestra de Johnny con una sonrisa. Johnny no sonrió. No le gustaban los niños que lloraban.
No me gusta. He does not like people who cry, he says. It was lunchtime. Gabe whispered to the lunch aide. Leche con chocolate, por favor? The boy behind him announced. I think he wants a chocolate milk. Johnny watched his friend help Gabe and spoke up. Look, he's not like us. He can't even order lunch. Johnny sat and enjoyed his lunch while Gabe sat alone, drinking his chocolate milk.
Era la hora del almuerzo. Gabe susurró al asistente del almuerzo. Leche con chocolate, por favor. Me parece que quiere leche chocolatada, dijo el niño que estaba detrás de él. Johnny vio como el amigo ayudaba a Gabe y comentó, mira, él no es como nosotros, ni siquiera puede pedir el almuerzo. Johnny se sentó y disfrutó del almuerzo mientras Gabe se sentó solo a tomar su leche chocolatada.
During recess, Johnny spotted Gabe doing a tricky soccer move he had been trying to master for weeks. He just couldn't do it.
En el Johnny vio que Gabe hacía una jugada difícil de fútbol que él había intentado hacer durante semanas, pero no le salía.
Join our team, a girl shouted to Gabe. Gabe didn't move until she motioned for him to come over. Gabe waved over to Johnny before running to the field, but Johnny ignored him. The team high-fived their new teammate. Well, look at him. He thinks he's so cool, Johnny told himself as he blinked back tears. I won't be a crybaby. Johnny's jaw dropped. Why were they being nice to Gabe? What fun was he when he couldn't even talk?
Únete a nuestro equipo, le gritó una niña a Gabe. Gabe no se movió hasta que la niña le hizo una seña con la mano para que se acercase. Gabe saludó a Johnny con la mano antes de correr al campo de juegos, pero Johnny lo ignoró. El equipo chocó los 5 con su nuevo compañero. Mírenlo, se cree mejor que nadie, se dijo Johnny mientras parpadeaba para no llorar. No voy a ser un llorón. Johnny se quedó boquiabierto. ¿Por qué todos se portaban bien con Gabe? ¿Qué gracia tenía si ni siquiera podía hablar?
I wonder what's going to happen next. All week, Johnny watched Gabe from a distance. Gabe came to school every day. He still never said anything, but was trying new things.
Toda la semana, Johnny a Gabe vino a la escuela todos los días. Todavía no decía nada, pero estaba probando cosas nuevas.
By the end of the week, Johnny sat alone at lunch. Gabe was surrounded by boys and girls laughing and sharing with him.
Al final de la semana, Johnny se sentó solo al almuerzo. Gabe estaba rodeado de niños y niñas que reían y compartían con él.
At recess that day, Gabe kicked a soccer ball over to Johnny. Johnny shook his head no. Gabe did the tricky move anyhow. It's so hard. How do you do it? Johnny asked. Gabe showed him the move over and over again. Finally, Johnny did it. He shouted. Gabe beamed and patted him on the back.
Ese día, a la hora del recreo, Gabe pateó la pelota hacia Johnny. Johnny dijo que no con la cabeza. Igualmente, Gabe hizo la jugada difícil. Es tan difícil. ¿Cómo lo haces? Preguntó Johnny. Gabe le mostró la jugada una y otra vez. Finalmente, Johnny pudo hacerla. Sí, gritó. Gabe sonrió de oreja a oreja y le pidió una palmada en la espalda.
As Johnny walked back to the school, Gabe silently by his side, something clicked for him. He got it. That horrible feeling of feeling frustrated and wanting to cry because he couldn't get the soccer move, that's how Gabe must have felt learning a new language. I did it. I finally got the tricky move, and Gabe is getting it too. Johnny believed.
Cuando Johnny caminaba de vuelta hacia la escuela, con Gabe en silencio a su lado, algo encajó, lo entendió. Esa horrible sensación de frustración y ganas de llorar porque no lograba hacer la jugada del fútbol, así se debía sentir Gabe al aprender un idioma nuevo. Lo logré, finalmente pudo lograrlo. Y Gabe también lo está logrando. Johnny supo que era cierto.
The next morning, Gabe was walking into school when Johnny waved to him. Hi, he said, handing Gabe a carton of chocolate milk. I know it's your favorite, Johnny added.
A la mañana siguiente, Gabe estaba entrando a la escuela cuando Johnny le saludó con la mano. Hola, dijo y le dio a Gabe una leche chocolatada. Sé que es tu favorita.
Thank you, Gabe replied. Johnny and Gabe both smiled. Today would be a great day. Johnny learned that actions speak louder than words. He understood that to have a friend is first to be a friend, and having a friend meant the world to Johnny.
Gracias, respondió Gabe. Y Gabe sonrieron. Iba a ser un muy buen día. Johnny aprendió que un gesto vale más que 1000 palabras. Comprendió que para tener un amigo primero hay que ser un amigo. Y para Johnny, tener un amigo era lo más importante.
And that, my friends, is the end. Let's give a round of applause for our reader today, our Spanish reader, Gladys Appleton. Thank you so much for joining in. And Gladys is at school right now, so we're going to send her off on her way to go back to her students. Thank you so much, Gladys. We'll see you one more time for our bilingual read alouds.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Boys and girls, now we're going to take time for question and answers. So if anyone has questions, well, first of all, I should tell you a little bit about this story. So for many years, I was a teacher myself before I started writing books, and I had a student named Gabe. So this is a picture of the real Gabe who inspired me to write this story. Gabe was in my classroom, and it was very similar to what happened. He did not speak any English, and he was so scared, but the children in my classroom did a fantastic job of being his friend through actions, right? So if I were to ask you right now to wave hello, you don't have to use any words, and I know that this means hello. If I were to ask you to tell me it's okay without using any words, what might you do? When I can see you, I might give you a thumbs up, or I might say okay. If I were to maybe say, oh my goodness, you did such a good job without using words, what could I do? Good, boys and girls, another thumbs up, or maybe even a high five, right? And maybe if a friend was feeling sad, you could pat them on the back and to remind them that everything was going to be okay. That might be a kind gesture. If I wanted someone to come over and play with me and I didn't want to use any words, I could use my hand. Okay, so there's so many different ways that we can communicate with other people through our actions. And so that's what the story's really about. It's about making sure that our actions speak loudly, because sometimes people might not understand our words, but they're always going to know what a smile means. They're always going to know what a frown means or a scowl. So we want to be very careful with the way that we use our facial expressions and the way that we use our actions. So boys and girls, if you have any questions for me about my job as an author, go ahead and you can either, teachers, you can have your class raise their hand, or I can go ahead and have you ask the question in the chat. But I'm going to stop recording first.